after desert mile of sand, heat, pain, sweat, it feels endless, relentless, inevitable. Every single sandy acre bought with blood. But the important thing is, see, as brutal as the desert has been, as desperately god-awful as the desert has been, it's nothing compared to what awaited us in the province of Tianamir.
Thank you, Henley. This is Jared Stevens.
I came to Cardamom when it was peaceful. I planned to do a piece on how well the soldiers were doing with the Zeki people. I found my perfect subject in Sergeant Daniels.
You know, sometimes in everybody's life, I think there's a point when you stop a minute and say, this is the guy I am. This is the guy I worked so hard to be. And you're kind of disappointed. Well, that's why I joined the Army. I wanted to make me a little better. And I hope to do the same for some of these people here. If I can do that, well, then everything will be okay.
Sergeant Daniels had a lot of friends out there. I met a bunch of them.
Yeah, I used to go to church every week. Not much church time out here, though. This thing's here at my church now.
Yo, when we first came here, it's us against the bad guys, right? Then suddenly, there's the Mooj. Then there's this Answer Al whoever motherfucker. Then there's the militia. You know, who knows who's a bad guy anymore? You know what I say? I say, what the man? What the
We can hear fighting going on to the east, but don't know whether that's between the Mujahideen and the northern forces of Al-Rahman or coalition troops. Henley.
Steady there, Jared, steady. Our man on the ground, Jared Stevens, a little rattled by gunfire.
In Henley. Don't see him out here catching butt shrapnel. Hey, Sergeant Mendez, could you bring your team over here? I like an extra interview.
Sorry, Stevens. Things are heating up. Gotta get into action. You can tag along with Randolph's team if you stay far enough back.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
They're just learning the ropes.
I did tag along. I learned a heck of a lot, too. At the time, I didn't know what it was all headed for.
Sergeant, that's enough of a break. Bring your men over here.
Yes, sir. Gentlemen?
Lieutenant Colonel Fredericks here. There will be instructions on how to play located at the top of the screen. Take your time and read them, soldier.
No, Sergeant! Good to see you, Sergeant Randolph.
Glad we made it. Sir.
We've got to sweep through this area. I'll take the southern route, and you go northwest.
Sounds good. We'll meet up at the far side.
This'll be your first taste of fire. There's a two-man team ahead that'll help you out. Do what they tell you, then you should be fine.
Thanks, Sergeant.
Don't mind me.
Alpha. Gentlemen, let's go, gents. Alpha team.
We got some bad mojo coming this way.
Here they come,
cover.
boys! Fire!
Contact!
Chief back!
You men over there, take cover! Take a minute! Jesus!
Gentlemen.
Get on us!
The soldiers have the weapons. I just hope they hit when they're shooting.
That's what I'm talking about.
Fire team up to that corner.
Those are civilians out there. Cover that area. Cover that area. Reloading.
Heavy fire.
Gentlemen, move to the corner.
Sometimes, Bullets aren't good enough.
He's got cover, you idiot. Use a grenade.
Almost fire, gentlemen.
What are you waiting for? Throw one!
Move to the corner.
Grenade out!
Some heavy fire, man! Target, soldier.
Randolph!
Here are some tips when you're on.
Okay.
Henley. Don't see him out here catching bud shrapnel. Hey, Sergeant Mendez, could you bring your team over here? I like an extra interview.
Sorry, Stevens. Things are heating up. Got to get into action. You can tag along with Randolph's team if you stay far enough back.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
They're just learning the ropes.
I did tag along. I learned a heck of a lot, too. At the time, I didn't know what it was all headed for.
Sergeant, that's enough of a break. Bring your men over here.
Yes, sir. Gentlemen?
Lieutenant Colonel Fredericks here. There will be instructions on how to play located at the top of the screen. Take your time and read them, soldier.
Good to see you, Sergeant Randolph.
Glad we made it, sir.
We've got to sweep through this area. I'll take the southern route, and you go northwest.
Sounds good. We'll meet up at the far side.
This'll be your first taste of fire.
Don't mind me.
Two-man team ahead that'll help you out. Do what they tell you, and you should be fine.
Thanks, Sergeant. Gentlemen, move to the corner.
I quickly learned that
Alpha.
the real trick to survival is finding good
We got
cover.
some bad mojo
Fast.
coming this way. Take cover. Good work. Keep your heads down.
Gentlemen,
Here they come, boys. Fire.
keep back!
The soldiers have the weapons.
Trigger, not your
I just
fun.
hope they hit what they're shooting.
Cover that area.
Take that, sucker.
Fine. Now move your
Alpha,
fire team
move
up to
to
that
corner.
corner.
to fight.
We're taking down
Sometimes
heavy fire.
the bullets aren't good enough.
He's got cover, you idiot. Use a grenade.
Keep back! Drag out!
Enemies behind cover can survive even a
down.
grenade, unless you throw it back there with them.
Gentlemen, move to corner!
Fire.
يطلقون النار علينا.
Grenade out.
أنا أوعد قنبلة. يطلقون النار علينا.
Alpha team, move out! Taking very heavy Alpha! Fire! Where'd they come from? On our flank!
يطلقون النار علينا.
Reload!
Got the bastard.
Gentlemen,
Got him.
gentlemen,
There's no way to get this insurgent with a grenade.
Man.
The team has to pick him off with marksmanship.
Where the hell did he come from? Take him off for Christ's sakes. I'll keep him busy. So you got
enemy is indeed down.
parade?
Keep back! Let's go, gents. Alpha, move to that corner.
Contact! Multiple insurgents heading your way! They're coming up
Smith,
walls! Moose coming from all directions!
I take cover in a hurry as the team splits up to cover multiple directions.
Auto rifleman ready, Sergeant. Corporal Tilger, the corner. Corner, clear. Tilger, move out. Tilger, move to the corner.
We need to get up there to get a decent shot.
Hey, Alpha
This
team,
corner's
we
clear.
gotta improve our
Tilger,
position.
move to that
Split
corner.
up and give us some covering fire.
Because they have to cover two separate areas, Alpha splits into buddy teams and takes positions at two corners.
Almost finished.
Hold it. Hold it.
What the hell? Split up and cover both avenues of approach now.
Put it there.
Smith, Private Diggs, the corner.
Buddy teams and cover both ways.
Corporal Tilger, move to that corner. Gentlemen, enemy.
We need covering fire.
Fire on that area!
Let him have it! No kill! Go! Double time! Jesus! Let's go! Reloading!
Get out. Contact. Heavy fire here!
To return to full combat strength, the two buddy teams can regroup back into a four-man fire team.
Watch it, our guys are out there. Watch it, our guys are out there.
Reload.
Let's go!
The guns got cover.
Alpha team, move out! Alpha, let's go!
We catch up with the soldier under heavy fire. I get to watch as the fire team's grenadier helps him out.
I can't hit those bastards. I'll suppress
Fire,
you. You
gentlemen.
guys take them out with an M203.
Fire 203.
Get this guy.
Hey!
Fire 203.
Sorry.
First, he's down.
Alpha team.
Alpha, let's go! Fire a grenade.
Get this guy.
Come on there anymore.
Area clear.
Look alive and follow us north.
Alpha, move to corner. Alpha team.
Come in.
Alpha.
Jesus Christ! The move's got the courtyard covered like stink on. Get your into one of these
Alpha.
buildings and get an angle on them.
I watch as the squad enters the building to get a better firing position.
Alpha! Corner!
If the soldiers manage to get upstairs, they can fire down from the windows. Negate.
Well, we're now at Ubisoft Montreal. The studio was founded in 1997. It's one of many studios that Ubisoft has around the world. And the company itself actually started in 1986. The first game that we worked on in Montreal was a car racing game called Speedbusters, and it came out in November 1998. And soon after that, we were working on a series game from using the Playmobil license. This is our historic building in Montreal. It's an old clothing factory that we've been revamping over the years. So we have about 1,300 employees here in Montreal, and everyone is in the same building, right in the heart of the Mile End. Well, we've worked on several of Ubisoft's key franchises in our Montreal studio. Among those, you can think about Splinter Cell. Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell was done here. Among the Rainbow Six series were done here. Myst, Prince of Persia, and many more that you'll come to know over the years. Well, Montreal right now is definitely one of the hotspots for creating video games in the world. It's one of the great places for new music. You look at all the different bands that are coming out of Montreal. And I think when you bring all that together, it's one of the most interesting places to work in games and to make games.
All of us are
Ben Mattis, and I'm the producer on Prince of Persia 3. Before Prince of Persia 3, I worked for 4.5 years in the wireless gaming industry, a year and a half of which was spent at Gameloft, Ubisoft's sister company. And at Gameloft, we worked primarily on taking Ubisoft branded titles and porting them, if you will, to the wireless gaming space. We wanted to lay the foundation, which we did with Sands of Time, and we created the foundation of an action-adventure game that was primarily based on adventure, platforming, and puzzle solving with a basic combat sort of mechanic. But once that foundation was built upon, Warrior Within and now Prince of Persia 3 are adding to that. We've maintained the platforming element and have added sort of incremental improvements both in Warrior Within and in Prince of Persia 3, but we really feel that that's just been the foundation upon which things like the speed kill system and the freeform fighting system really add to. We've always had the ambition to create complementary gameplay mechanics, so we never felt like these new things that we were adding didn't merge well with the idea of a platforming, puzzling game. The theme of Sands of Time was certainly one of sort of innocence shattered. So the prince was, non-tested in the field of combat. He was a little bit naive. It was sort of this story of his mistakes born of that naivety, causing this huge problem, this colossal releasing of the sands, which basically destroyed ruined the world, if you will. And him sort of trying to atone for those mistakes and address the problem. If you see his personality in that game, it's really one of the young, naive prince who's sort of learning about the world and learning about the consequences of his actions, never really taking responsibility for those actions. And then if you look at Warrior Within, there's a little bit of an evolution, or a lot of an evolution. You have a much more jaded, darker prince. A bunch of time has passed since Sands of Time. He's seen a lot more, he's done a lot more, he's got a lot more on his shoulders, and he's certainly a lot more jaded, he's a lot darker, he's a lot more reckless and ruthless. If you look at the style of combat in Warrior Within, it focused a lot on combat and sort of the gritty, dark nature of the prince. So the theme there was much more one of maturity, perhaps of the sort of attitude of having seen it all and being a little bit jaded. And then the theme in the third one, in Prince of Persia 3, is really the evolution of the epic hero. So we've created the story of a naive prince, a jaded prince, and now we have the split, the light prince and the dark prince, which literally allow us to concentrate the good into one form and the bad into another form. And yes, this is the closing of the Sands of Time trilogy. I certainly think fans can expect to see more of Prince of Persia in coming years, but this is the end of the Sands of Time trilogy. When this game wraps up, there is a very firm, conclusive conclusion to the story, to all the main characters. We finally find out what happens to the prince. We finally find out what happens, for example, to Kylina and what becomes of the Sands of Time. And it wraps things up in a very neat and clean way. Leaves a little bit to the imagination, but I think certainly gives all of the answers to the most burning questions that fans have had over the last 2.5 years. Of course, it's been a difficult challenge because we always want everything we do to tie back to what makes the prince the prince. I mean, he's a very distinctive personality, and we don't ever want to depart from that. Every new gameplay feature that we add to the game has to feel like it's realistic, given what people know about the prince's abilities and his history and his character personality. And also that fits within the theme, within the era, if you will. And that also has a little bit of the Prince touch, so maybe a little bit of sarcasm and wit in terms of dialogue and whatnot, but also maybe a little bit of acrobatic abilities, combat mastery. So, you know, if we take something, for example, like the chain on the Sand Prince, which he uses in his freeform fighting system. This is something that we really wanted to have a Prince touch to. We wanted it to really feel like This is an acrobatic combat master who happens to have this additional weapon at his disposal. So when he's doing his moves, that you still really feel that sort of sense of fluid motion, of real sort of mastery over his body and what it's capable of doing. And so the moves are very graceful, they're very dramatic. There's a lot of sort of flourishes and finishing moves that people who are familiar with, for example, the freeform fighting system of Warrior Within will look at and say, yeah, you know what? That's the Prince of Persia. Maybe it's the Dark Prince, but it's the Prince of Persia nonetheless. We see his acrobatic skills and we see what we love about the Prince in this new combat system. So that's just an example of how whenever we've added any new gameplay feature, we've always brought it back to the question of, does this fit within the theme of Prince of Persia as a whole? And is this something that the Prince as a character would actually do? And in every case, the answer is, I hope the fans will agree, always yes.
Hello, my name is JC and I work as a creative director on Prince of Persia 3 working title. Before Prince of Persia 3, I worked on Prince of Persia 2, Prince of Persia 1, so Warrior Within, Sands of Time, and prior to this I worked on Rayman titles, The Great Escape and Rayman Arena. My job as a creative director is twofold. In the beginning of the game, I work closely with a creative team, meaning a script writer, an art director, an animation director, quite a lot of people, level designers too, in order to define what the scope of the game is and what the game will be in the end. So that's where we draw all the blueprints for the game to come. And then later on in the game, my job is mainly to make sure that everybody shares the same vision and is on the same track on this. The difference with the producer is that the producer is usually the guy who is on the phone all day, who is frowning and has a lot of problems, whereas my life is much easier. In fact, I think it's an evolution of the Prince throughout the 3 games that is quite important because it's set on a trilogy. Quite usually on the trilogy, the second part in the trilogy is the darkest one, and well, it's a part of the character arc to go from the Prince character arc to go from the naive Prince who was a little bit arrogant and made a mistake. In the end, he made it all right, but by dodging it, to someone who then is chased by an enemy, becomes a darker character, tries the best he can to survive, and with very selfish goals. And in the end, what we try to bring in Prince of Persia 3 is to make the Prince become the hero he is supposed to be. So the evolution is that the lighter tone from Sands of Time will come back in Prince of Persia 3, as the character of the Prince will evolve from selfish to more selfless, and the hero and when he stands as a prince for his people. The darker tone has been tamed in the sense that it's more a mix between the 2 moods of the previous games, since the Prince will evolve from the character he was at the end of Prince of Persia 2 to this Prince of Persia. When making a game, of course, we take into account the consumer feedback, but we have to be very careful on what we consider being consumer feedbacks. We have several sources of feedback from the consumers, one being the boards, for example. But we need to be quite wary about the boards because usually it's the people who didn't like the game who come here, so they kind of complain, which is normal, but not always constructive and does not always represent the majority of the players. We have marketing surveys that tend to give us more general information and statistics, which are very nice. And finally, we do a lot of playtesting throughout each step of the game creation that enable us to see how players react to different aspects of the game, quality-wise, but also their understanding and their appreciation of all kind of aspects of the game. Of course, we try to make it also. We try to make things that we like. So it's usually a compromise to find between all these aspects, between the needs of Ubisoft, between what we'd like to do, and between what information we can get from consumer feedback. But usually the consumer feedback is always like king, since it's meant for the consumer. The way we deal with ideas is we try to this is more production-wise, but it's much more efficient if we concentrate the ideas in the beginning phase. We open the scope a lot. We make sure that we have all these crazy ideas, really a lot, wild, crazy things. And then we concentrate a little bit more and we try to cut everything that is not in the scope of the game and that is a little bit weird. And later on in production, we try to incorporate all the good ideas, but as the constraints are getting much more present in the production process, it's much harder to incorporate an idea that compromises other things. So we'll have to find ways, and usually it's more in the beginning that we have a lot of ideas and we incorporate them, and during the production it's smaller ideas, smaller scale elements, etc. Well, personally, what I think interesting on this game is working with all the people here around. The fact that they are all very talented, that it places a lot of challenge on us because we take decisions and we try to renew everything every time. We try to make it better, to bring new elements. I mean, it's really a new experience. It's taking a risk, and that's what makes it interesting. It's not the same game every year. Sometimes it doesn't work out as intended, but at least we deserve credit for trying to change it, whereas we could just bring out the same game every year again. That's what I like, making new things.
So hi everyone, my name is Ben Mattis. I'm the producer on Prince of Persia 3. Today we're going to do a walking tour through the production floor, show you all the various departments that are working to bring Prince of Persia to you, and I hope you enjoy it. So we're going to start the far edges of our team, our illustrator team. The illustration team takes the vision of the artistic director and the creative director, brings it to life, character sketches, environment sketches, creates the artwork that we then give to the rest of the team in order to turn into the actual game assets that we use in the game. So just follow me on this way. In the corner here we have our management team. It's made up of the producers, associate producers, and project coordinator. And on both sides of me here, we have our level art and our level designer team. We've interspersed the two in order to make sure that we always have level artists and level designers working close together. The level designers create the actual gameplay, the actual level organization, and then the level artists inherit the basic max files and improve them, make them look pretty, make them look gorgeous, make them look prints. So behind me we have where the marketing team sits. The production of Prince of Persia 3 has its own integrated marketing team, which is very important to help ensure that production and marketing are working as closely as possible together. Right here you have our creative core. This is the beating heart creatively of the entire project. It's very important that this team be situated right in the middle of the floor because daily they have people from all departments coming to ask them questions about the creative vision of the game, the artistic vision of the game, etc. They need to be very easily accessible. The last thing we have here is our data management team. This is where every day people from all sorts of departments come by in order to check the latest build, check the status of the build, check for bugs, review the content, make sure that everything's going properly. So as we go down this aisle, to the left and to the right, we have our programming teams, both engine programming and the AI programmers. The engine programmers are obviously the people who make sure that the game works properly on the PS2, on the Xbox, the GameCube, and the PC. The AI programmers are the ones who create all of the artificial intelligence that powers both all the characters and the enemies that you'll encounter in Prince of Persia 3. So we just came down the corridor of programmers and AI programmers, and interspersed with the AI programmers, as we do with level designers and level artists, we have animators. So the AI programmers create the code that powers the characters, and the animators animate them and make them look great. A hallmark of Prince of Persia is the quality of our animations. If you then pan around, you'll see that we have two other departments that I should talk about. The first is the character modelers. They create the actual characters and all of the textures that you see in the game. And finally, in the back corner, we have our sound team, our sound designers and our sound integrators. They design the audio as it appears in the game, both dialogue and music and ambient sounds, and then integrate it into the game, syncing it up exactly in time with the animations so that it all comes together in a nice whole. So there you have it, everyone, a quick walking tour through the production floor of Prince of Persia 3. You've seen today over 120 people spread across more than 5 different departments, working in conjunction, bringing it all together to bring Prince of Persia 3 to life for you to play. I hope you enjoy it.
Take a trip to where it all began. Where skating the streets isn't a pastime, it's a way of life. For the first time ever, rip anywhere you want. And the only rules are the ones you break. And when you've rode it all, switch up and bike it. Tony Hawk's American Wasteland, rated T for teen. This is your wasteland.
A dark force threatens.
rhymes are the beats like wars to the surfers, like guns to murder, like buns to the burgers. See, I ride this flow, oh so professional. Spit words like they came out of Smith and Wesson. You only wanna eat, so we take our chances, make our stances, and clock the cash advances. From rock to rap, dance hall, we smash all with the real ish that kills kids' lives, and that's all. Last call for the shot of truth, sip it slowly, cause it's too strong for some, overdose for phonies. So call your little cronies and we'll make this happen. But if the ship goes down, you know they're killing the captain. Look at me, I'm killing the rapping, and that's the goal out here for your pockets to fatten. All these rappers frontin' on the dough they holdin', their pockets thin, but their head is swollen. We play the game hard, not funny, stack money. Play at your own risk, we got gas, dummy. You want it easy, but you never wanna take it from me. You'll never make it in this game, I know the truth is ugly. We play the game hard, not funny, stack money. Play at your own risk, we got gas, dummy. You want it easy, but you never wanna take it from me. You'll never make it in this game, I know the truth is ugly. Backtrack on this you say, and every day you changing up, homie, then I need to show you the way.
He was created as the ultimate life form. Darker. Stronger. Faster. And more dangerous. His name is Shadow.
Chaos Blast!
Shadow, find the 7 Chaos Emeralds and bring them to me as promised.
The only way I'm gonna get the secrets to my past is to get those Chaos Emeralds.
Now, he's on a quest to discover his true purpose.
This will remind you what the humans did to you.
Maria! Rules will be broken. Truths will be revealed. And sides will be taken. Charge!
Who am I?
Will he be good or evil? No one knows but you. Shadow the Hedgehog. His time has come. Shadow the Hedgehog. Coming November 2005.
Force threatens to take over the world. There comes a time when we need heroes to champion our freedoms. Cristiano Loken, Matt Davis, with Michelle Rodriguez, Michael Madsen, Billy Zane, Meatloaf Day, and Academy Award winner Ben Kingsley. Blood Rain. The adventure begins.
The
all-new 197 horsepower Civic Si from Honda. It'll reverse your thinking.